Make sure to go and check out all of our latest merch at paddockmerch.com. We've got loads of new designs and even more products coming all the time. With 2 or more items, you get 20% off using the code Paddock20. And if you remember, there's even bigger discounts available. Link is in the description.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sarah, Abdullah back.
Abdullah, how we doing?
Been Turkey, haven't you?
Yeah.
Wow, I hope he has.
Didn't want to go.
Should have stayed there.
How out of focus is that?
I know, I was about to say, I know, like, looks like one of those filters. Hey, can't see, leave it like you can't see my wrinkles.
Maybe let's switch to another one and I'll keep it moving.
Yeah, go on there. Let's leave it on Steve.
Stretford, Paddock, thanks for joining us. It's Friday. I don't know what we're talking about today, but there's a picture of Wayne Rooney behind me, and I'm going to assume it was a quote about Wayne Rooney saying it's not acceptable to not be running. Am I right, Jay?
As per usual, Mr. Howson, you put 2 and 2 together and you come up with 5. I mean 4. I knew that one. Yeah, Waz is not having it.
All right, well, I'll come back to me because I'm on.
Yeah, go on. Tell us.
So,
have you seen the Wazza quotes, by the way?
show it me.
Let me
Because
get
I did see a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I agreed with what he was saying. I mean, Wayne Rooney, one of the most gifted footballers of England's ever generation, and he's not having it.
Yeah, I'll read it out for you. So you know.
He pressed. He worked.
Do you know what? This
Sacrifice
is
for
a
the
good
team.
point. Like, have you ever seen the 2000? Have you ever seen it? Obviously, you've both seen
What?
it 100 times. The 2008 final. Have you seen it?
I mean, I haven't watched it today.
The energy. Yeah, that's.
Do you know what?
What's wrong with
Full
you?
disclosure, I haven't watched it this week.
What?
Weirdo.
Since the Scousers, I've watched it 8 times a day.
Right, sobbing.
Yeah.
We used to. It's so fucking good. What happened? Roy! What happened?
Look at us defending. Anyway, yeah. Wayne Rooney in that game is
It's a sad one,
ridiculous.
but you'll get there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Just don't give up. It's my motto. Anyway,
Just go harder.
yes. Wayne Rooney says the players have to question themselves and look at themselves.
That tastes like coffee. Have you used a coffee spoon to stir it?
How do you know that's what he said? It's too easy for the managers to take all the stick when those players are being paid a lot of money to do their job. And I don't think they're doing it well enough. I mean, he said other things, but the gist of it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But try a bit harder.
I mean, Jesus Christ, no one's got an harder job in football, I don't think, at the moment than Wayne Rooney.
That's a horrible, horrible job.
Hey, do you want no players? Not really. That's what you're having? Cool. Hey, we fucked up the accounting, so do you know all them points you won? We're having them. You're going to be on minus points for a
Do you know what
bit.
my favourite-
Good luck with that.
My favourite one is where he had to use the doctor's phone to ring the chairman because the chairman wouldn't answer the phone through. That's mad, isn't it? They're like, aren't they like,
Jesus, wet.
hey, they're like Starsky Nutch, aren't him and his missus? He's got some like detective thing going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's not answering the phone, give me your phone. Oh, yeah.
Scally's that.
Rebecca Vardy.
Scally's will come up with 900 ways to do something that you didn't
Yeah,
even think were
like
possible.
Rebecca Vardy thought she was selling all them stories, happy as Larry, no one's ever going to know.
Like you go
bit
around
of a
to Scally's
backhander.
house,
No.
and they got the electricity wired up to the main pylon from outside, and you're like, hang on, don't you need
Right.
like fucking degrees
Come on,
and shit
Steve.
this?
You know for well, you're going to grow weed. You can't have you wired up to your normal electric supply because then your bills are through the roof.
I saw a guy on TikTok the
So
other
I've been
day
told.
who'd,
Jay knows a bit too much
who'd
about
had
that.
his grow raided, and it was him like crying, walking around like bastards.
Nothing worse. So I've been told. Daddy Roche, welcome to the Academy. He's a member. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everyone's support. Get involved in the comments. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe as well. Let us know what you think. It's all popping off, and this has turned into the press conference reaction, really, isn't it? Because he has his press conference on a Friday. So we obviously talk about the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final for 45 minutes, or usually films. We had a good
Did you
chat
know
about
Mike
films.
Field had 100% pass rate?
How
No,
many
I
passes
didn't
did he
know
do?
How many passes did he do?
I reckon 7.
7?
Done.
Dickhead.
7?
Got sub done.
13.
13, mate. That's
Full game.
13 passes. 13
Central game.
Central
perfect passes.
midfield.
Hey, do you know what I mean?
Dominating performance.
Dominating.
Did he park the bus all night?
No, did we fuck?
Park
We
the
played
bus.
Are you mad? Have you never seen the 1991
Took the game
Cup
to
Winners'
him.
Cup final?
Hey.
No, I'm not going to
Jesus
watch it because you
Christ.
guys
From
are
the off.
talking too much
Right,
about it.
we were
You
at
need to
Annex.
watch
I know
it.
every detail of it now.
You need to watch it.
Now I must have watched like some clips of it back in the day.
Chucky
not good enough, is it?
should have
TV.
scored in the first half, shouldn't he? Really? Do you know what I mean? And then
We had our chance.
we got a goal late in
late.
the first half when it Bruce's. Oh no, it was the second half when it all the goals.
We stayed patient. Listen, for anyone who loves European football on any degree and any level, they were. Do you know what they call that Barcelona team that we put in their place? By the way, the Dream Team.
Dream team, bro. Dream team.
Who was in charge?
Hey.
Wearing a Macintosh coat, by the way,
Chain smoking like a
Cruyff.
15-year-old
like an
scally.
absolute gangster.
Yeah.
Put your fucking heels together when you mention his name, by the way.
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff.
Johan Cruyff.
He's a
Yeah.
fraud, mate.
Possibly the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Behind Fergie. Yeah?
Oh, I'm talking about being around
Oh, right, sorry.
as a player.
There's a player. Yeah, no.
Do you know what, as an influential football figure,
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff, I'll put it this way. There's never been a greater first and second half of a career. Because you see loads of... Fergie's career as a manager,
Yeah.
can't touch it. Fergie's career as a player, loads of people can touch that.
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff's career as a player, about 3 players can touch that.
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff's career as a manager, about 10 managers who can touch that. Across the two, greatest of all time.
I think that's a fair argument to make because so influential. As a player...
If Zidane carries on and ends up creating a Zidanism
Yeah.
on the back of it, if he ends up creating a philosophy that's followed by nations
Yeah.
and 2 of the greatest clubs of all time,
Yeah.
Zidane's in with a shout of it.
Because it's mad to think, right? Cruyff's managing Barca in the 90s, and that's when they win the first European Cup. Barcelona. That's mad.
Yeah.
Like, they win it almost every year now. Well, not now, because they're not as good, but they didn't win it for 40 years of the European Cup being a thing. How is that possible?
What about Pep? What about Pep?
Also, Santa Notch is in the chat. Big fan of the channel, mate of ours. He said, don't forget Clayton Blackmore's clearance on the line. Don't ignore it.
Underrated Clayton Blackmore.
I'll tell you what's underrated about Clayton Blackmore.
His Ron Seal level of tanning.
That, and also his Twittering. Have you seen his Twittering?
Have I seen his Twittering?
It's elite, innit?
Do you think I'm not on Twitter?
Hey, it's elite. Come on.
And by elite, you mean like...
Absolutely batshit mental.
That's the word. Tweeting Angel Gomez like, hiya, can you send us a scout's number at Lille?
I've got to read this out.
Yeah, hang on.
This is
What
Clayton.
about Conte? Was Conte ever considered the greatest manager in the world or the greatest player in the world? No. Johan Cruyff was considered both of those things. Shut up.
Exactly.
Bielsa. Tell me anything about Bielsa's career
Hang on a
as
minute.
player,
I'm gonna. Whoa. Hold up a minute. Conte in what conversation as the greatest manager ever?
Well, either.
Like what?
That's
what
what
about?
I'm saying. Johan Cruyff is in the conversation for the greatest player ever. Agreed?
Yeah, he's in the conversation.
I've never watched him. I've just watched.
never
one
heard of Johan
Cruyff.
Cruyff?
Oh, I've watched him do a Cruyff.
All right, name me 3 other players that got a move named after him. Shut the fuck up.
Berber
Abdul.
spin.
That's the Marseille turn. Shut up.
McGeady something. McGeady. I don't know. He used
know
to
what I
be
mean?
one of them.
Producer Callum, I've sent you something to share with the viewers. Yeah, in live producer.
Is it the bread thing we spoke about?
No, it's
I
nothing
don't
to do
think
with the
we can show
bread
that.
thing. Alex Buckingham says, wait, stop this football talk. This is the Brew. Don't worry. It's football talk related to 1991 Cup Winners' Cup finals. That's allowed. That's a get out of jail free card. Oh, yeah, we've got a music question as well. This is one up your street from Pollitt, 160. Afternoon, lads. This might be changing the subject. You can't change the subject. We don't have one.
How'd you change no subject?
Yeah, we've never had one and we're proud of it. What music is currently being used for the Old Trafford walkout? Has the Stone Roses been dropped? I've not been. I don't think I've been in. I have been in the ground. What am I on about? I was in the ground.
Yeah, it's like the Premier League one at the minute. It's just some weird sound.
All right.
It's like a bit of
I feel like I've not heard it.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's like Skrillex or something.
Yeah, put it on now if you want. This is the Twittering from Clayton. If we can
Can you just move the comments?
move the
out?
comments so Stephen
Just
can
put
see
back
it.
a bit. At Angel Gomez 47.
Oh, I see.
Hi, mate. Clayton. Yeah, it says, hope you're well, and I know you're playing well. Have you got, or can you get, a contact at your club for transfers? I've got the best central defender in Europe, but he's Cameroon. He's a country. His contract finishes 2 December. I think that means the 2nd of December. I'll
What's
send
your
the link. What's your mobile?
Yeah, I'll just put it on here for you.
mobile, like,
What's
just
your
reply
mobile?
on his
That's
Twitter.
not had anywhere near enough interaction.
It's not,
lads.
has it?
That is
How was that
hilarious.
not trending?
This is
That's
better than Wayne
viral.
Rooney threatening himself.
Yeah.
This is better than Wayne Rooney trying to pick himself up. He's got a player who's a whole country. Come on.
What's your mobile number? Just stick it on here. Just send
Do
it.
you know what? There's a missed opportunity here. One of the best things that I get about being verified on Twitter is the ability to change your profile picture and name and it just look like whatever. I did it so many times with the Europa League.
I was
saying hi
getting
to
worried.
our-
I was getting worried. I had to say to you, careful here, because you might take off your blue tick. 'Cause you get so many people
I might reply.
thinking that you're the Europa League.
Do you know what?
Oh, you know,
Should we do it on air?
no, you know, you can't. No, He probably checks Twitter once every 3 months. Are you gonna be Angel Gomez?
Yeah.
And reply, say yeah.
Clayton, here's my number.
Don't because Clayton
Whose
Blackmore's
number should we give him?
probably gonna go to Cameroon and tell the whole country that he's got him a deal.
Got you a deal, man.
Got you a deal. Don't worry.
Angel Gomez sorted.
Angel,
I like that.
that is
Tweeted me and everything.
that is brilliant. Absolutely elite Twittering.
Give us them comments back, Callum.
Hey, Aditya
What
Gutam.
was the question?
Oh yeah, sorry. Has Stone Roses been dropped?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it has. We don't know.
This is the one for a long old time, and then I don't know what it was for a bit. And they at the moment they're letting the sound go off completely, so TRA can get a bit of noise.
Yes,
Great addition.
Lovely.
And then it's that I can't even do the tune. It's a Premier League tune, basically. Everyone gets the same thing. It's literally like a bit of dubstep.
But that's like when they're on the pitch, though, right? Usually,
Do you know what we should have?
Stone Roses is as you walk off.
We should have had. I like Stone Roses. We should have had. I Want to Be Adored.
Yeah,
I think that's better.
I agree. Yeah.
Kicks
Do
in
you
when.
remember when it was simply the best
Banger.
in the 90s?
Do we have to?
Bit of Tina Turner.
Hey.
Honestly. Simply the best.
I remember before the Arsenal game once.
Is that when we won titles? Nope.
No.
That was when we were walking out.
Hey,
Jesus.
when they had
Cringy now.
they had someone singing John Denver, Take Me Home. You know, like Country Road. Like, and all the fans were singing it before the Arsenal game, and all the Arsenal fans, when it finished, were like, "What the fucking hell was that?" And to be fair, I had to give it them because it was like that is the most cringe thing I've ever seen at United. Seriously, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you want to see as the song as the players walk
And
out.
Arsenal have a dinosaur.
Eye of the Tiger.
Honestly, when I was at Salford Reds, it's a rugby league team. I reckon they had like a voucher once for a fancy dress place. They had a chicken, they had a fucking shark, they had this wasn't a devil, but they had like why have we got a fucking yellow chicken as our mascot?
What?
Like,
what?
so like the chicken Peter Griffin fights.
Yeah.
in a Salford shirt.
Just no relevance. Just like
Zero relevance.
someone sponsored him from
Like,
the fancy
is
dress
this-
shop.
Is this a fucking turkey?
Right, listen.
Is it a chicken? What's going on here? Like literally, it's like someone had a £50 voucher
Yeah.
once for a fancy dress shop, and they were like, "Well, 50 quid,
Right,
50 quid."
you know, Dave, who's got a fancy dress shop. Listen, I owe him 100 quid, right? Just don't ask any questions.
Blue dinosaur,
right? Do you know what
yellow
I mean?
chicken.
Just he's asked me for a favour, right? He's laying off me debt for a bit. Just don't question it, yeah. Just need you to go and put that chicken outfit on. Makes sense, doesn't it?
And then they had
That's how we roll in
Jordan
Salford.
Maran Kukash took over, and they had a Dr. Devil because I think he's a doctor.
Do you know
or
what?
something.
He was ace to interview him. He had zero filter. I interviewed him a
Yeah.
few times.
He was off his tits, Jay.
He stood in a press conference once and told us how no one asked him this. He said it without being prompted that one of his players was getting his earnings garnished off the government because he's not been paying his child maintenance. The press conference was about a new sponsor.
Top. Do you want to say he weren't
I'm going to give
Kimber?
you this information, the assembled press. There you go. Thanks for that. Just throwing players
he
right
was
under the
fully off
bus.
his tits in. But anyway, Johan Cruyff, greatest of all time, and Fergie beat him.
Exactly. In the biggest
Dream
and
team-
best competition
Dream
ever.
team chasing Mark Hughes around a pitch.
Yeah, man. Imagine Cruyff, says Aditya Gutum on Instagram and Twitter. I reckon it would be chaos. He was quite, hard as well, wasn't he? He had that mixture of playing football, with skillful players, being solid as well, and being tough. Do you know what I mean?
You don't be a player in the 60s and 70s if you've not got a bit of something about you. Like George Best was getting assaulted.
Yeah.
You can join in, anytime you like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
you guys are still talking about 91. So
All right
I don't
then.
know
I'd
how
say,
much
do you
I
want
can
to
join
talk
Talking
in
about
with
the 60s and 70s, only Jay was born then.
Exactly. I was only in my teens. Go on. What have you been doing in Turkey then? If you want to join in,
that. Not much.
Thanks
just
for that.
walking around.
Anyway,
Jesus
in
fucking
99,
Christ.
Walking around,
Get out.
trying to just live there, to be honest, and not come back here. And I've come back here
whereabouts in Turkey were you?
in Istanbul.
Do you watch a game?
I did actually try and go to football, but you had
So
to
no.
have your
Alright,
vaccine approved. Fuck's sake. I'm going to have to talk 91 Cup final. then,
There
so
we
can get a
go. Now you're
conversation.
fucking
Come on.
talking.
Hey, what was your?
Talk to me about Barcelona's goalkeeper then.
He was Barcelona's goalkeeper
There you go.
yesterday. 1991 Cup Winners' Cup.
You don't even
final.
know it, Jay.
It's Zaretta, wasn't it?
I was going to say Zubizarreta, but I feel we've had this conversation before and it isn't. Let's have a look. Oh, Busquets. Is his
In
name.
that Busquets' dad?
Do you know what? It's weird because, yeah, it is, right? And also, you've got Busquets'
Wait,
dad.
his dad was a keeper?
Yeah. Busquets' dad is in there.
Yep.
And also, who else is in there? There's someone else in there as well.
Tixi Bajiristan, who's the
Tixi, yeah, Bujistan, who's the, obviously the...
director of football at City.
That's not going to be thingy, is it? No, there's another.
Someone's relative.
Yeah, someone's relative, or I can't. I will find it anyway. What's that in the? Someone there. Andrew Naker says. Kasabian Fire was the best Premier League song in my opinion. I love listening to the Brew instead of working on a Friday afternoon.
As you should.
Good lad. Yeah, I mean, I don't like you were saying, Esty. The fact that you've got the TRA making loads of noise before the game, it's sort of it's better in it than having.
You're literally going for every player.
I am.
It's only like 30 seconds though, isn't it? The music.
Yeah, but this is the one. Like that for me. Just midnight is we're mint.
Yeah,
It's a tune.
Yeah, it is a tune.
It sets the tone for what's about to happen. This is the one.
I don't know why they've taken it off.
Yeah. What's the best goal you guys saw live? Says James Marian.
Fuck knows.
Go on. What is it?
I don't know.
Have you got one that sticks out?
I mean, Scholes is to put us into the final in Barcelona.
It would be Rooney's, wouldn't it? I didn't watch that live, but if you were there.
Rooney's against
City.
Newcastle. Rooney's against City.
I prefer
Overhead.
Rooney's against Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what. Van Persie against Villa.
Because of how long it took me to get to that game, I was travelling for 4 days to get there for the Scholes one.
Fucking hell. Oh, yeah.
No sleep. Oh, mate. Follow. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, Wes Brown had as good a defensive performance as it's possible to have, I think, in that game.
Yeah, that was an elite game from him.
Yeah, they always show that clip, don't they, of the one time like of Messi getting past goals
And Wes Brown.
He got past an old.
Wes Brown had him locked up that game.
Wes Brown
that all back
that season it is one of the best seasons by any player ever. Seriously.
Greatest
And I know that might sound a bit like hyperbole, but it's not.
Cantona's versus Sunderland. I didn't see from where I am. I'm almost in line with him, and I think there was a player across my view for it. So I never saw Cantona hit it. I just saw the celebration, which is the most iconic mental celebration ever, and it's the most quintessential Cantona celebration. Just on a madness, and just turn around and not even smile.
Was that against Sunderland?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Brian McClare involved in that.
Yeah,
What
it's
other
his
celebrations
assist that makes it, just like Beckham's goal against Wimbledon. Anthony Jarvis says, Jay, UK number one the week we won in 91 was This Is How We Do It, let's have it.
And I was right the other day, when Brian Adams was number one for like the majority of 1991.
Come on. It was Brian Adams, right?
What a shit film that was, by the way.
I love the fact that Morgan Freeman, someone explain what's going on there?
So Morgan Freeman, a black American, was playing an Arabian, I believe.
An Arabian Muslim, I think, who, prays to the Bible, and like no one's even bothered to do any research here. Let's just have that.
It's 1991.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Be fine.
There's not even Twitter around for people to put you out on that shit. So.
That's so Americanized.
Crack on.
Be fine. Don't worry about it. We've got Morgan Freeman.
We've got Kevin Costner
care
playing a guy from the Midlands.
Yeah.
With a Californian accent.
To be fair though, have you seen the one with Russell Crowe? Where Russell Crowe attempts to give us like his version of a Nottingham accent or whatever it is, and it's painful. So it's probably for the best that Kevin Costner didn't bother.
I watched that Unhinged with him in.
Right. I watched that, one of the worst films ever, and I'll tell you why. For the last 30, 40 minutes of that film, he's not even acting, he's running around grunting, and he's just doing like an orangutan impression. And it's just awful. He's just chasing this woman, and how is he not getting nicked? How does he keep getting away? If you've not seen it, right, I know I'm not selling it to you, go and watch it because it's that bad, it's shit.
Not really any spoiler alerts.
It's worth watching because it's that
so
bad.
shit, you should
It's
waste
just
your
a
time.
double
on
angry Russell Crowe. And I watched it because someone went, Steve, you should watch this. I think it's you.
Was it Jamie Carragher?
No.
Didn't he call you a... I'm not calling you about this. Didn't he say you're a fat Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Which
So
is
no,
a
fat
bit...
Russell Crowe.
Is, what about fat shaming and all that, eh?
Joe, why? He got dead mad because he had no comeback. Because I was like, you've scored for United twice.
Well, man, that was just the introduction. That was like, say hello. You've scored for United
yeah.
twice. And that's what he said, fat Russell Crowe. To be honest, it's not the worst thing he's done to United fan, though, is it? Dave Hanley says, what are your thoughts about Ollie being sacked? Fergie takes over for the rest of the season, so Hart can finish the season at Ajax and come to us. No.
Leave Fergie.
Yeah.
Alone.
Fergie isn't managing anyone.
Weekends in and not watch United.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
He's everywhere.
Lee Welch says they still play This Is the One as the players line up in the tunnel and first walk out on the
I
pitch.
have not heard This Is the One.
I mean, they could do.
Feels like in 10
By the
years.
time I've sorted my tickets out at the bloody turnstile, it's second half anyway. Yeah, I mean, just quickly, because I don't like to do this, but we'll just mention it. We have heard from Ollie today.
Oh, go on. I actually haven't seen that.
Yeah, so
Oh,
he's I don't know, Ollie. I love Ollie. He's come up with a boxing analogy.
yeah, seen that.
I did see this.
Yeah, so
God.
this is up there with Derek Chisora's analogies. It says, you see Tyson Fury when he gets knocked down a couple of times. It's remarkable how calm and composed he is on the floor. Counts to 6, 7, 8, and he gets up and goes again. We got up too early and tried to sort it. Minds have to be better, but we've had to look at different things as well. The communication has to be direct. What?
I get what he's trying to say. No.
No.
Just no.
No. From that, if I was to put
We didn't get up too early.
No, that in a football context is like, they scored and we went for it straight away and got countered or whatever.
That's one of them
I'd look at
nonsense
that.
things of, we scored too soon.
Yeah.
What? No, you didn't. Like, what? You defended bad.
Yeah. Like, it's that isn't... The problem with us wasn't that we got up too soon. It's probably we never got up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, they scored one and we didn't look like ever getting back in the game.
There was just fundamental problems in every aspect of the way our game developed and evolved and proceeded and lasted. Like, there's literally... Did anything go right?
Do you know what the worst thing for me was? In a whole...
Losing 5-0.
Yeah, that. But...
The fact it was Liverpool.
Yeah, that.
The fact it was easy.
That. There was half time, right? James Milner went down for about 5 minutes in the first half, right? They scored 3 goals.
4.
No, up at this point. This is my point, right? So, 3 goals, a substitution. James Milner on the floor for at least 5 minutes. Andy Taylor gives us 3 minutes of added time, right? So everyone's going mad. How have you got 3 minutes? There's at least 5 minutes. Taking during those 3 minutes, Liverpool scored. And it's like...
Kill us now.
Yeah. What is the point? What is the point in this? Where did you watch it? Was you still on your travels?
What, Liverpool?
Yeah.
I was back.
Oh, was you? Was you
I went to the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you messaged me, didn't you? Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I walked out.
Yeah, what time did you leave?
65th minute.
65th.
Pogba was walking down the tunnel. I've never ever done that in my life, even when we've been like beat badly before.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for me. Just didn't want to stay there. Just, like, do you know one of them where you just feel sick? Like, yeah, I need to get myself out of there, man.
Stayed,
Nah, man.
but I don't judge anyone that didn't. I had a few.
It's the only occasion I think I'll ever leave Old Trafford. Like, it has to be really bad. It was like Liverpool, man.
A mate of mine left at half time. Who I
Sick,
was stood next to. A good lad who goes home and away constantly, and he was like, went, I'm not putting myself through this. I'm done. I was like, fair enough.
Why would I piss myself off that much? You know?
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it was just
I
humiliating.
went Old Trafford, like, visited a couple local places I used to go to. Local chippy.
Right?
Got myself some chips and doner, and then just went and met my mates. It was on my birthday as well, so why would
What
I
was
piss
it on your
myself?
birthday? Yeah. Happy birthday. Hey?
Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
A week later.
What time did you stay till? I tweeted you about that.
You
tweeted
messaged me and tweeted
Yeah.
me. What a lovely guy.
Yeah,
About
man.
75.
75, that's decent, man.
Just with some of the shit that we get at the ground, I was like, I've seen this film before.
Oh, you think you're gonna? Yeah, I know what you
was
mean.
like,
I did think about.
Yeah.
I did consider that one. I thought I'm gonna get a bit. Most of the lads I'm around know me anyway. And it's all good. There's not an issue there. But I thought, is
You
anyone
will
gonna
get
start?
the odd.
So I walked out. I'm on tier 2 to Stretford, and I walked out. There's a lot of police inside, and I was like, what the fucking hell's going on here? And there's about an inch of beer all over the floor and a lot of broken plastic, and I was like, how's it just gone off?
Yeah, it kicked off a bit where we were.
There were fights.
Yeah.
Next door. You were in TRA, innit?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I've
I mean,
seen that,
TR
a
is
couple
a
fights.
fantastic thing. I don't want to paint in a bad light whatsoever.
Yeah.
There was a bit of, argy-bargy, a few people getting... there was one chap, I think, in particular, who was kicking off, and I think he ended up leaving. And, yeah, there was tempers were fraying. And what annoyed me as well, I came out of there, and I got a phone call, can you come on the radio? Right, and I was like... Because I used to work in radio, I always feel like obligated, like, because I used to chase people for interviews and stuff. So it's like, I was just getting on my tram. He's like, you just come on, just for 2 minutes. I went, all right then. So he put me on, and I have to wait for 5 minutes, listening to another caller ranting. And then he put me on, and I had to apologise because the presenter, she just said, oh, thanks for calling. And the first thing I said is, I didn't call in. You called me.
Let's pull that out there.
Yeah, because I thought, I'm not having it look like I've left the ground and ran.
Anyway, let me ring King Talksport or whoever it was.
I'm going to ring Radio Manchester because that's what I do when we get battered 5-0 off the Scousers. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't think of anything worse. So then I sort of said, I'm not having a dig at you. I'm just pointing out the fact that, you know what I mean? I don't really want to talk to anyone, but I will do.
So yeah, I walk out. Some guy goes, Alson, bald guy, no teeth. I was like,
Oh, fuck's
here we go. And he was like, I agree with everything you say. And I was like, yeah, not many do. And then
How long had he been drinking for that day?
he'd had a few.
Yeah.
So I was like, I chatted to him for a few minutes, and then I just got off.
It's almost as if, some people can actually bother to watch you and see that you're not having a dig at everyone all the time and ranting into a camera constantly like some people are. And you actually do bother with a bit of nuance and supporting the team and criticising the manager when he deserves criticism, because we're not MUTV.
No, I mean, I just saw a comment on there before saying, show Tyre, fucking Maybury, blah, blah, 0 minutes this year. And you're like,
Hey?
They get 0 minutes to
okay.
see.
Yeah.
And then people
Get
in the
0
same
minutes
breath
for
are saying,
Chelsea.
we need Conte. You're like, mate.
Forget Shaw, Ratiré and Galbraith and Medjugorje. I know Galbraith's on loan, but, you know, forget any of them.
It's always too extreme with United
Like,
fans, isn't it?
is he on?
Either
He's
that
on
way
loan,
or
isn't he,
this way,
Galbraith?
man.
Where is he?
He is at Doncaster.
Yeah, he's
He's doing well.
Yeah, he scored a good goal.
Galbraith's a good player. I'm just not
Dave's
sure if he's
favourite.
got the step into the first team,
Dave's.
because
Yeah.
that step's fucking mad.
There's no
Massive
bigger step, is there really, than in football than being an
Nothing
academy
about
player.
youth football prepares you to play for Manchester United.
No.
It's bollocks.
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of the players that have been absolutely worldies who couldn't make it at United. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to look, like, you've got to have people wanking in the fucking stands to even be close enough to play some regular minutes in the first team. And even then, it could be 50-50 whether you're going to be a good first team player like Rashford or someone who fades away, or even someone who ends up as a squad player like Lingard or something.
Yeah.
And you've got to, but Lingard in the academy was like Rashford in the academy, was like Greenwood in the academy. They were all like that.
Yeah.
The only weird one was Williams, who was like solid and then steps into the first team.
Yeah, I thought that was too quick, in my opinion.
He did well though, didn't he, Williams? I feel sorry
did
for him because
alright,
that
just-
low move he's got just didn't even know favours, didn't it? It came on the other day when they were, 3-0 down, they lost 7-0 or something. I mean, yeah, may as well stay there.
Had an alright game against Arsenal, I think, even though they lost. But
It's a bit of a
jump
doomed.
I think sometimes with some of the younger players, if you get
move that
thrown straight in there, sometimes it's better for them. It's a bit of a weird one because I felt like Marcus wasn't. I did watch him like the week before, I think, at the Etihad in the academy game or the reserve game, and he was mint. Like, he looked really good. This is the first time I think I'd watched him, but I didn't think he was like ready, and he just took it.
I saw him a couple of months before. I think it was the FA Youth Cup. He was getting loads of one-on-ones as a 9 and just twatting them over the bar.
Really?
He's off the balls.
I did an article saying, like, he's fucking good, but like his finishing needs a lot of work. His composure needs a lot of work. Then he comes into the first team, scores like 9 of the most composed goals you're ever going to fucking see. And you're like, what do I know?
Proper tapping type goals, like in a good way, as in like he was sniffing them out.
I mean, look at his West Ham goal in the semi-final.
Oh,
Tap
yeah.
that in, didn't
I was like right in the corner. Like,
he? Megan fucking
It's hitting my
Demichelis
face.
tapped that one in and all.
Ollie Christian Fell says, "What do you guys think about fan channels? I feel some just feed on negativity. I love watching you
Just
guys
don't
balance."
fucking... Like, it's like, what do you think about newspapers? Well, which ones? Because if you write for The Guardian or The Times, there can be generally some good information there. But if you work for The Sun, jump in a fire.
Nothing but facts there, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that annoys me sometimes. People lump it all together and say all fan channels are like this, and they're not. It's like saying all fans are like this. They're not. And I think that if you look
I
at
see some people who are extremely critical of fan channels have been on failed ones.
yeah,
is
exactly. That's even
Or
more.
they call them fan cams.
Yeah,
You did fan cams, mate.
yeah, exactly. If you listen, if you want to see what we do, right, go on our videos and just look at the last 7 or 8 videos, and in that you'll see an interview with Andy Mitton. You'll see Daniel Taylor from The Guardian in an hour-long interview talking about the work he did with the Offside Trust, breaking that story on that one, and now that's still ongoing because City have called Barry Bennell
Incredible,
as a defence witness, which is unbelievable. You'll see some of the other stuff we've done in terms of the interviews, the podcasts we do, the ex-players we've spoken to, all that jazz. Go on his channel, you see the stuff he does with Rio. You know, if you want to go and see ranting into a camera, it's probably not
But also, fan cams. Fundamentally, what are fan cams? Now, I know you can editorialise them, and I know you can select certain ones, but what are fan cams? It's match-going United fans that have had something to say after a game.
Yeah.
How can any, especially the match-going United fans, not like that? After misrepresentation of the media forever, here's actual United fans having something to say.
Yeah, I think
They don't represent us.
No.
They don't. You don't have to agree with everything. I mean, like, you can go and see fan cams after a game, and there might be 5 different opinions in 5 different sectors. No one's saying that you have to agree with them all. No one's saying that you have to listen to them. You know, we don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff that we put out on there. But that, like, a fan channel's there to represent fans. It's not speaking for fans. It's a representation of some of the fans that are out there.
Yeah, I agree. You know, look at, I mean, Joe's a good example, Joe Smith. Joe Smith, you know, he owns his channel and is one of the staples of the channel, probably does more videos than anyone on his channel. did a fan cam.
That's where you found him.
Yeah, came up, gave an opinion, a very reasoned one. I thought this guy knows what he's talking about, and he says it in an entertaining way. Invited him on more and more, and he's probably one of the most popular people on doing this sort of thing. So. It's not that the idea that all fan cams and all this fan reaction is bad. It's not. It's just not something I'm buying into. And it's one of the things we set out to do when we took over this channel is to stop all that. Yes, you can get angry. You can have a bit of a rant. There's nothing wrong with that, especially when you're getting seen to get battered 5-0. But all the sort of, ridiculous, over the top, just histrionics that you see constantly from some people, even when we win. Just can't be dealing with it. Angie Agawel says, thoughts on lack of leadership on the pitch. The instance of Milner being down, it didn't seem like the players or coaches quickly huddled to talk. Stephen, this one seems right up your street.
I mean, the game was over. I don't know what the fuck you're doing at that point. Unless you're going to make drastic changes, and we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't at half time when you had 15 minutes to. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you do.
But I think the body language has been. I think, was it the Atalanta game? I was watching that. I was next to Adam that day, and I remember just saying to him, like, from that second goal, I could just see heads dropping. It's just mad to me because, like, Harry Maguire, man, he just doesn't speak, bro. Like, we all watch it. We all go to Old Trafford. Like, he doesn't speak enough for me to the players around him. He doesn't bollock them enough. Like, I know I've been at it in this clip a couple of times of, like, Rooney against Leicester when we were, like, was it when it was 3-3 or something? I was watching it today. Just goes around just screaming at everyone like Tyler Blackett and like whoever else was on the pitch that day.
Like
giving it them.
Was that the one that ended 5-3?
Yeah, we ended up losing. Yeah, no, I get that. But
I'm not having a dig at you.
You do need to see.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that.
To see it, bro.
You you always see that image of like, remember when we had this team and it's Ronnie, it's Giggs, it's Keane, it's Scholes.
Legends.
Yeah, and it's
Rude on there.
Yeah, I think Rude's on there, and it's them watching us get beaten
It's the penalty shootout
FA Cup final against Arsenal, and you think, can we
It's a
stop
banging picture, though,
showing that picture? I know, but I was just thinking.
Yeah, but you just think of I'm with Jay.
Yeah.
Like, you go, like, someone will be like, look at this team, unbeatable. And you go,
We're
it's
losing.
literally a photograph of a losing game.
You're watching them lose to Arsenal at Wembley in the FA Cup final. It's like, was it Wembley? Wasn't it?
But I think in general, there's just this weird thing where you do need someone to just lift the team at times. You do need someone to speak.
We need
like
someone to
Maguire
fucking lift
just lets it
Liverpool at the
happen.
weekend. Fuck me.
Some of the players just let it happen. Like whatever goes on, losing.
Hamish Murrison's, when we're getting the Ollie debate, when are we getting that? Sunday? Right, well, it's going to age well if we win 10-0 at Spurs. But yeah, Sunday is out. So there'll be a debate then on potential successors to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Caleb Deertel says, look how often players yell back at Maguire. Not a leader. As a captain, you have to be vocal and a figurehead for the team to rally around. I don't see a lot of people shouting at Maguire.
Marcus Rashford.
Don't see a lot. Don't see
What?
a lot of them.
Was it the Palace game?
Yeah, but they went at each other, didn't they?
But the thing is, players do that all the time.
There wasn't
That's
enough. Do you
how
know
it is in,
it was the only
that's
one
how
I
it is in
saw
football
shouting
at all levels.
against the Scousers was Fred. I know, but like Luke Shaw didn't say anything to Maguire. Maguire didn't say anything to him, and I thought them two were two of the worst culprits.
They were so bad.
And it was a little bit like, oh, we're rubbish, but we'll accept it. And I'm not a passion merchant, but you want to see a bit of something from someone.
You do. It's
Do you know
just
what I
the
mean?
whole body language.
Like, come on, get a grip of him. What you doing? You get out to your man or whatever.
It's a weird one, isn't it? I mean, we all think about it like fans, and we all want it to be players who become cult heroes are fan representatives on the pitch, and the players who take that on the most. I mean, even Cavani's becoming a bit of a cult hero because he plays like one of us. When you don't see the players giving a fuck, it becomes quickly like, fuck's sake, lads. Like, we all know you're better than this.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I don't think the money comes into it for them. I think the professional pride comes first for anything, and I think the desire to win for a lot of them comes into it. And I know there's a lot of people playing for United that are United fans, whether they've been bought in from elsewhere or whether they were homemade. There's a lot of people that have found their way to play for United because they're United fans, probably over other offers that they could have had. Obviously, they've got some major obvious ones like Marcus and stuff like that, and I know it fucking hurts them like it hurt. And they've had the week we've had, essentially.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, fuck me. Like, destitute.
Yeah. No,
There's a lot of the players, believe me, there's a lot of the players that have felt like that this week. I'm fortunate enough to be able to get the word from what goes on at Carrington a few times, right? And I know...
Any training involved?
More than you think. More than it looks like.
Right.
And the players are not fucking stupid, most of them. Got a bracket, aren't you? Like, there's definitely a few that are. But the players aren't stupid for the most part. They're fully fucking aware of what's going on. They're fully fucking aware of their obligations as Manchester United players. It's just not quite jiving for a few of them. And actually, it's worse than that. That's making light of what's a pretty fucking shit situation at the moment. But, no, they are grafting.
There's a lot of chat.
Everyone's grafting, though.
Yeah.
Believe you me, the fucking Norwich players will be grafting.
Yeah.
And they might not win a fucking game.
There's a lot of chat about Maguire. It keeps coming up. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm just going to read that super chat. Julio,
He was shit for the last week.
Yeah.
Right. Last 3 games he's been.
He doesn't look fit to me. He can't. Like, I had this debate last night because, again, I sound like a right little radio freak, don't I? But Gaz on his show, and they were talking about signings that haven't worked out. Maguire. I think we have to put a bit of context here. Maguire's had back-to-back seasons where he's been very well. He's played very well for us. We finished 3rd. He played very well that season. I think he played every minute. Last season, things went wrong when he got injured at the end of the season. He played every minute, and we finished 2nd. So it's not like Maguire's had back-to-back awful seasons. And also, he goes to the Euros. He gets star of the match against Germany. You know, he does himself...
Star of the match.
I know, sorry.
He
He does well in the final, pangs in his penalty. And at the end of that tournament, people are going, he's been one of the best centre-backs of this tournament. He's one of the best centre-backs in Europe. Now, that might sound silly now, but that is what people were saying 3 months ago.
Ollie's not saying to him,
2 months ago.
Do you know what?
Nah, 3 months ago.
When they're crossing it, why don't you let the striker get front post in front of you?
Yeah.
No, do people actually think that that's what's happening?
I think
Ollie
some
doesn't
people
want
just
that.
don't.
Maguire doesn't want that, but it happened.
Yeah.
So they've got to work out on how to fix that.
And
I've seen some of the best defenses that we've seen in recent years in Europe capitulate. Like Sergio Ramos and Varane. There was a season where I think Madrid actually ended up turning it around. They did win like the Champions League at the end of that year, but they kept going. They kept, but in the league they just kept going behind, like 2-1.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times they conceded 3, and they were just. It was bad errors by some of those defenders, and I've seen it happens. It does happen to some good defenders.
Tuesday or Wednesday, Bayern Munich lost 5-0.
Julia Lesh says, Steve, I remember in 2016 after the 3-2 Arsenal game that you said Fosu Mensah could have gone on to become a good CDM for us. Do you reckon he could have if management injuries were different? It's a good question, that.
He wouldn't have been a great ball player. He'd have been... he's probably a bit more technical than Fred. But he'd have been similar to Fred, a proper ratter.
Yeah.
So that sort of number 6.
Was it at Upson Park where he was DM? Was it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And
also Spurs away.
Yeah, and he was amazing.
Then he took him off and lost 3-0.
Yeah. He was so good at one point, Fosu Mensah. Josh Uglo.
That's just injuries, mate.
Yeah.
Like injuries at that key development age of your last year of your teens, 2021. I mean, he went to Palace, smashed it, and then they were like, hang on, we got a defender we could play here, let's play him. So they played Wan-Bissaka. And then, I also heard that he brought, they called 2090 or something like 2490, 9024. It's a YouTube channel where players show all the shirts that they've swapped and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He brought them into the Palace change room after they'd lost.
Wow. I bet that went down well.
Yeah.
When you're a loanee as well.
It did not.
Someone said, let Abdullah finish what he was saying. What were you saying that we interrupted
About
you?
the defenders. No, I think Steve summed it up like with Bayern losing. The issue is with Man United, it's happening too much. Like you can say on the odd occasion, like results like that can happen. We've seen it happen to top teams in the season, and defenders can get caught on a couple of games because you're the last man. That last line, basically, the defense. And any little mistake, you'll get caught out and it'll look bad. And it's happened to some of the best defenders. Like I still think Maguire's a good defender, but again, he's not looking fit. And Man United, just the structure just isn't there. Obviously, a lot of it. For me, with this current team, I felt like, I don't know what you guys think, but under Jose, towards the end, I did feel a lot of it was the players not being asked. Some of the players not being asked. With this team, I feel like a lot of them are actually trying. But at the same time, they've just not been well drilled enough to me to understand. Even like stuff like attacking the space off the ball. Like when we bought Jadon Sancho this season, like you need to understand what he brings to the team. We've bought him for 70 mil. None of the players around him move enough or attack the spaces like they do at Dortmund. So there is undercoaching for me at United. As much as I love Ollie and I feel like what covered that in the past was having different systems that he could switch to, and he's not done that recently. When it's gone bad, he's just continued. It's that stubborn. That's why it makes me think like he will go. That's it. It'll be the end, because once managers reach that level where they're stubborn, they're continuing to play players that are their favourites or whatever, and who they're loyal to. Just goes downhill from there. So It's a big weekend, man.
No, it's
Massive
Josh
this
Huglo, who's been a member of the academy for 9 months. Does anyone else wish Ronaldo just started swinging fists when the Liverpool players crowded around him and he kicked the one on the floor? I wish more players had backed him. I think Bruno and Fred were the only ones who went over there, or certainly went over there with any sense of urgency. And it was embarrassing. You had the entire Liverpool team up for it, and it just summed up our afternoon, because I think when one of your players is getting attacked by a bunch of scousers, you get involved. Do you know what I mean? You have Bruno pushing Van Dijk out of the way, for God's sake, and you've got others just looking over. If that was like back in the day, the era we were in, you'd have had,
Remember the Battle of Old Trafford,
yeah,
91?
Just Google 91 Arsenal United and watch our 21 man brawl. John Lukic stayed in his goal, I think, or Seaman, whoever it was. Yeah, he was the only player on the pitch who didn't get involved.
A fucking lot of them was in there. That was one of my first few games. In fact, pull up the 91. It's 91 now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was 90 to 91, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so that might have been in my first dozen matches at Old Trafford.
Points deducted. Abdullah.
Both teams.
Points deducted for fighting. That's how bad it
game's
was.
gone.
And only one yellow card was given out.
Superb.
Chucky didn't even get one. He started it. Brian,
shin pads split in half. Wasn't that the whole idea with it? Someone just said there, Fosu Mensah's attracted interest from Bayern. He's only played 7 times for Leverkusen this season.
Really?
Tells you what,
wow.
Kid's a player.
Brian Malone. This keeps coming up, so it's worth pointing this out in the super chat. It says it's not just Maguire's performances, it's his interviews, body language, communication, etc. It's woeful. Look at Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk. Absolutely, his confidence.
Yeah,
a lot of
Van Dijk
people
wanks in mirrors.
Andy Tate in the chat, sorry, I said that. People were saying that about. Someone said Les Sealey throwing Arsenal players. Love that. Rest in peace, Les Sealey. Because he came out, didn't he, Maguire, and said that I'm here because I'm the captain. I've got to be. In other words,
great.
I don't want to do this interview, but they're making me. Which is just the sort of passion and effort you want to see from a captain who's just watched his team get beat 5-0 at home to the Scousers.
Honestly.
That was, you've got to be a bit smarter than that. You've got to understand the fans are hurting and they don't want to hear, I'm just coming out here because I've got to.
From Ollie and whatever we've heard from players, which is not a lot this week, it just feels like there's not enough saying, that was shit. What we just committed in front of the crime we committed last week in front of the fans at Old Trafford against Liverpool. There's not enough of that was shit in front of the fans.
Do you know what though?
We feel sorry for the fans. There's not enough of that.
Marcus did a tweet, didn't it? And I hate these tweets. I hate these apologies. You know my thoughts on them.
Because I feel like they don't need to say it.
And he basically just said, I can't lie, you haven't heard from me on here because as a United fan, I didn't really know what to say after Sunday. I was embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Our fans are everything and you didn't deserve that. We're working hard to try and fix this. We have to redeem ourselves. That's not as bad as some of the apologies are saying, because it sounds quite heartfelt and not, it's been through the PR mixer.
How mint would it be if he just put, that was wank?
That was wank and I'm fuming. Yeah. Well, I think we'd all appreciate it.
I hate Scousers and all.
Yeah. Why not? He broke the Jadon Sancho story, didn't he? With a 2-wordy tweet, whatever it was he put.
Yes, sex.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be the strangest thing.
Yeah, I don't like the whole players having to explain themselves after results, but you do get it sometimes.
Here's a good one. Steno says he's been a member of the academy. The first team for 12 months. Says I'm going to the evening with Ever next Friday. I might go myself there. Just need to check what we're doing with the kids. And then staying over for the game. Where's a good place to take the missus for food, drinks after? If it's up to me, I usually go Greg's or the Spa. You can get a nice meal deal there. Where do you take your lady friend when you?
Do you know what? There's so many top gaffs in town at the moment. I've been trying to book for a date for me and the missus for a couple of gaffs. Everywhere's. I think because people have just been let out.
No.
You can't get nowhere. If you want to go out on a Friday or a Saturday, and Saturday's usually the night I want to go out.
What about your mate? His mate's still got his restaurant, hasn't he?
I'm not asking him, hey, can you get me a table in your restaurant? What a wank text that is.
You're mad. I'd be right on that.
No, I'm not doing that.
All right, well, Steno could ask.
What I might do is if I ever end up in there, say, he says he's sorting the bill.
Yeah. Just show him a bit
I'm
video.
not going to ask him to book us a table. I might ask him to pick the tab up.
Yeah, well, that's all right. There is Rosso, if you can get a table there.
And you can't.
Right, okay, you can. Where else is there? Where's San Carlos is a popular place? Is that still?
Oh my God! Are you just going through the generic football night out?
Yeah. Well, it's a
What's
treat
the wings
night.
one where they all go?
Hawksmoor's good. It depends what you want. Honestly, what do you want in Manchester? Because you can have quite. I mean, like if you like Wibs, and I like Wibs, there's loads of Wib joints in town.
Right, give him one.
Miller and Carter.
Right, there you go. Miller and Carter. Everyone loves ribs.
Hawksmoor if you like a steak.
Oh, I love a steak. What's it called?
Hawksmoor.
Where is it?
Just off Deansgate.
All right, yeah. There you go.
What about for vegans?
You can have a cabbage and sit in the garden. How about that?
What about for vegans?
I'll grill it for you if
Hey,
I feel like
are you
it.
getting involved in the vegan chat for?
Fuck out of here, vegans.
Hey, what about vegans? Hey.
No fucking cabbage.
Well, if they're vegans, they've obviously not got a bird to take out. I'm only
Fucking
joking.
hell. You're going to get us cancelled.
I'm joking for several reasons. He's not, I am. Right. What else was said in this press conference? What else is going on?
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, yeah. Paul LaBeal, quick. We'll get onto this quickly and we'll wrap up. Paul LaBeal, Pogba, fake news. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's made a bed for himself here now, because when you come out and say stuff like that, and then all the shit that comes out about him wanting to leave, and he's like,
Yeah. He's going in there. Is he going?
I don't know.
Have you not got any ITK fucking knowledge here?
I think
share with us?
I think we might have already offered it, to be honest. I think we're going to offer him a fat contract. Whether or not he takes it is anyone's fucking guess. I don't know.
Right, fair enough. I mean, that's, honest. The only player we've got missing this week is Pogba. So there's no excuses, really, is
Is
there?
Varane back?
Yeah, it looks like
he's
it.
been
Ollie said he's
training
got
since
everyone.
Wednesday.
I think you've got to throw him straight in, haven't you?
100%. 100%.
See, here's the thing. Like, I mean, people are joking, but if you take Maguire out, I mean, can you go Lindelof, Varane? Can we do that?
Yeah.
I mean, Harry Kane's bullied Lindelof to shit in previous weeks.
Bailly, why not throw him in?
Because he's made a Weetabix and he's breaking a wall.
Nah, you know what? These one-off little games that you throw him in for, sometimes he does
Yeah,
step
but
up.
like,
He
I
does.
think United
That's
need
his
to
thing.
build some sort of consistency. You're not going to build that with players who are fucking in one week and out the
I
next.
get what I understand that, but let's not forget. Last season was 6 games on a spin we won with Bayern defence. We had that run where he was mint and then he got his injury. Do you know what I mean? Now, if we can get 5 games with him now and he does that, I think we'd all be happy.
I think you need
I
a
know it's
whole new
massive
midfield
if.
philosophy. I think you've got to look at. I think Bruno's a problem, and not in selection in terms of what he offers on the pitch. I think he's doing a lot of Ronaldo's pressing, which might mean why he's too high up the pitch.
Feels
But I
like
think
he
if
does
you could-
Greenwood's pressing as well.
Yeah, I
A lot
think
of
if
the
you
time
just
tracking back
got
on
just
the right,
shake
pushing
it
on the
up. I mean, I was trying to look at, could we play Matic and Van der Beek together, and I was like, hang on, no, he played that against West Ham and we lost, so maybe
Just
not.
don't play 4-2-3-1. You've got plenty of players in the squad that can play various roles. Just change it up, man.
Don't worry. Peter Kelly, should we get Brucey in to replace Maguire? Oh, come on, man. I love Steve Bruce, by the way.
See, there's such a better joke in there. Listen, I think we need Steve Bruce, because everyone thinks that you're talking about replacing Ollie, and you go, look, even in his 50s, approaching 60, with the belly that he's got, yeah, he's probably better than Maguire. You name me another centre half that got 19 goals in a season.
Yeah, exactly. No one. There isn't one. Doesn't exist. Are you still doing your PR ball, you?
Yeah, I just
Hey.
I just
Say
did
it.
a new PR ball
Thank
video
you.
on
lad.
sort of where Ollie's tactics have gone
You've
wrong.
been sponsored by Manscaped yet? Because I see a tapping right there.
It is,
I
isn't
haven't.
it?
I've only got 600 subs, but I mean, if you guys can say it up, say it up.
There you go, say
I
it
did
up.
use code Housen to get mine.
Well played.
Quality stuff, by the way.
What do you mean you used the code Housen to get yours?
Don't worry about it, Jay.
Yeah. What, is there a Paddock one?
Is there a
Apparently-
Paddock one?
Hey, listen, if you fancy a good night out, one of the best nights out that you could have in Manchester is Albert Schloss, which is a good gig out. They have a bit of live music
even
on.
I've been there.
Apparently, the other day, they had a fella wearing a thong, shaving himself head to toe. And all I could think of, and this isn't even sponsored, was Manscaped got to get a grip on that little fucker, haven't they?
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all you can think of. I can think of something
The
like-
guy did his gooch on a stage.
Right, fair play to him. Hey, Harry.
What sort of entertainment's this?
It's not entertainment.
Harry says, Abdul looking well and slim. Hope you're all good.
Thanks, man. I've already done a week in the gym this week. Fucking hell.
Have you?
It's been, mate, my ankle's just finished though already. I
I'm
am
still feeling
absolutely
it from
broken, bro.
5-a-side on Wednesday. I'm getting too old, man. Still feeling it now.
But yeah, for that thing I was speaking about Ten Hag and Conte and how they'd come in. But yeah, just
Yeah.
back on making that content on YouTube.
When are you doing your next video for us? With your analysis
Next after the Champions League, so next Thursday.
after Atalanta?
Yes, Atalanta again. isn't it?
Yeah.
Back to back.
So is that Atalanta not the Tuesday?
Is that Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
it'll be
you'll be-
Thursday after that.
I think it is the Tuesday.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll play Tuesday and then video goes out Thursday, right?
No, Wednesday. The next day. By Thursday, people are done with it.
Should we do?
Fuck's sake, man. Is this
Wednesday
your
then.
first rodeo or what, lad? Abdullah Ibrahim says, regarding the pressing, I don't think the personnel is the issue. It's the midfield and defensive lines that are slow to back up the front line.
There's something
pressing.
in that.
I think it's a structural thing as well.
It's a structural
But
thing.
that's the same thing.
It's all rubbish, but don't worry, we're going to turn it around. Stephen, What are you up to this weekend?
We're going for 6 out of 6. We're fucking flying.
You're like the opposite United, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Mega.
Paddock FC, this is.
And we sat down, we was having a chat before we went on air, and, you know, I don't necessarily think a style of play is overly important, but fuck me, do we have one. Right. We play some fucking football at the moment. I think our best performance ever was last weekend. The most dominating, just knocked it around like fuck all, attacked at will, created chances, won 4-0. Don't worry about it. But yeah, going for our 6th consecutive win.
Someone in the chat earlier, and I missed it, sorry, just in the general comments, I was going to flag it up, said, is it free to come and watch? Can they come and watch?
It's free. Be free for a few more years, and hopefully we end up in the counties and we can... it'll probably be paying on the gate at that point as well, because the players will be paid at that stage. At the moment, they pay subs. Everyone pays subs to play for us. So when that changes, that'll change. But for the next few years, it'll be free. If you're in the area, we're playing in Middleton tomorrow at Cardinal Langley School on the 3G there. So if you want to come and watch,
have your jabs before
come
you
and
go
watch, and then watch United against Spurs. But yeah, we're fucking flying. I think we've got a good shot at winning the league.
We'll all be Paddock FC fans by the end of this season. Trust me, it was something to celebrate.
I've already booked the coach, don't worry.
Luazi Manguala in the super chat says, what do you think is our best midfield? Why do we give contracts to players who never play? Take your pick, bro, in a minute. Seriously. I'd probably play Matic tomorrow, mate. I would.
I could really look at why. Yeah. I just worry about the sort of physicality and pace of Højbjerg and Ndombele, and I just think, Jesus wept. Go and check out Stephen Alston on his channel. Go and check out Stretford Paddock FC. You know, it's free to watch. You can also watch them on the Paddock FC channel. And they keep winning. So if you want to watch a team winning, then you can watch them. Go and check out Pure Ball with all Abdullah's tactical analysis. And he'll be back here on Wednesday after the Atalanta game. We'll also be hearing from him after the Spurs game as well. If you're not doing, hit subscribe. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers. This has been The Brew. That's been Stephen Alston. That's been Abdullah. I've been Jay Marty. Thanks for watching.